Wow, welcome everybody to Den Excelsior, the Mostly Marvel podcast. I am Ricky. I'll be your host this week. With me, as always, we got Dennis.
Did you like that one?
I did. I thought I ruined the surprise. I was like, why did the thumbnail look different?
Yeah.
Wow, how long did that take?
Way less time than you would think. And
Okay.
That's unfortunately for anybody who's listening to the podcast, I changed the video intro for the show. To celebrate that we are past 100 episodes on this podcast. So it now does a super flash of the first 100 episodes of the show.
I like
you can only see that
first 100.
What's that?
I like how you said first 100.
Well, because 101 was last week.
Oh, implying that we're doing more, but yes.
Well, no, it's not. It's implying that we did do more, and therefore, anything past 100 is not included in that video. So,
fair enough.
Yes. I'm glad you liked it, though. It's actually a really easy thing. Like, I looked at other services to make it like more fancy, but then I realized I didn't want to spend a lot of time, so I literally just set my program to auto import everything at a certain amount of frames, and then I grabbed 100 pictures and I dropped them in all at once, and it worked perfectly on the first try. So about 5 minutes of execution when I finally did it. Yeah,
I'll take it.
Yeah, but that's what we should be doing, right? With this show is we're here to have fun, so we shouldn't be putting like tons and tons of hours into something that half of our audience doesn't even see because they're listening to it, So
yeah, for all 6 of you that view it, that's for you. So
yeah, exactly. And it's for you too. It's for us. It's for both of us. It's to celebrate the accomplishment, and maybe there will be another 100 episodes. You don't know.
And that video will be twice as long.
I'll skip. I'll do every other one, just the odd ones. It'll be cool. We'll figure it out. It'll be. If we get to another 100, I promise you this: I'll make it nicer.
Okay, that's my goal.
I'll make it a lot.
Only nicer. 97 more to go, or I guess 96, right? Wait, yeah, 97.
We're at 102 today. 102, right?
103.
We're at 102, I think.
98 to go.
Yes, but welcome to everybody who's tuning in. We're here once again. This one is we're doing something a little different here. So we're pre-recording. Yeah, we're pre-recording on the day before we would normally air, but you will be hearing it at the earliest tomorrow when it's, August 11th, 2023. Yeah.
We have 8 hours left for breaking news to happen before we're screwed on doing this show early.
Oh, man.
24 hours.
Yeah, well, hopefully there's not a lot of breaking news. In all honesty, like I asked you if there was going to be a lot of news today because, like, let's be real. Like, we haven't even addressed the elephant in the room for a while now, right? Like, there's a strike, and it means a lot of Hollywood action is not happening right now.
Yeah, but there's more Marvel stuff than that.
There's more Marvel stuff than acting, yes. But I'm saying, like, your big juicy news is usually in the movie.
Yeah, that's the juicy stuff. You know what's funny? I get targeted ads because I'm a comic convention going nerd.
I
get ads. I get ads for other comic conventions, and man, people are making the circuit because as long as they're not promoting shit, they're just signing or doing photo ops. They're good to go.
Yeah, that's
so
true.
You're seeing some pretty heavy hitters at some of your local conventions, so like get them while you can. Yes, Tom Hanks is doing photo ops.
Nice. That's pretty cool.
Well, I feel like anyone in an MCU movie is fair game.
All I want to know is if I missed the Black Ranger at San Diego, can I find him at another convention?
I'm sure you can probably find him. He's double booked.
He's double booked. He's going to multiple conventions at the same day.
He was in the House Party reboot. If you ever watched that on HBO, it's kind of funny.
I did not watch that.
It's not
but
worth watching it just for him. But if you do
okay.
watch it, he is.
Okay. I just kind of feel like the idea of a house party movie without kid play or Martin Lawrence just doesn't make sense. Like why would that exist?
It's for people like Moo who never saw the original.
Yeah, I guess, but like it's fine. It
Well,
wasn't it called Kid and Play's House Party?
I wouldn't know.
Yeah, fair enough. Hey Ricky, what have you been nerding out on this week?
What have I been nerding out on? I finished The Bear. The show's depressing and great in the best of ways.
Yeah.
New Marvel Snap season, big in Japan. I like the cards on that one. It got me to spend money again in that game. So I guess
we got to see those cards at Comic-Con, remember?
Mm-hmm. We got to see early leaks of those, or early picks of those cards. It's kind of cool.
Yeah.
It makes me wonder like how far down the pipe they are, because I feel like the Comic-Con stuff they showed us is all stuff in the books already.
Well, there's a lot of art they showed us at Comic-Con that we haven't seen in the game yet, but
they showed us like 3 seasons.
Yeah, they showed us like 3 seasons worth of stuff, and to be fair, usually you can find that stuff online just from data mines too. So yeah, I would say they're contracting with artists probably 5-6 months in advance, and then they're getting stuff produced probably up to 4 months in advance, because I know that they have the ability, like, by the way, I will nerd out on Marvel Snap all day long every day if we wanted to talk about that, but I know they have the ability to pivot. So like if they have a planned season and then something happens where like
they can plug in
the movie gets delayed, yes, they have enough in the pipeline already that they can adapt. So like that's how they were able to get Ant-Man season in time for the Ant-Man movie. And even though the movie got moved up, right? It got moved up
it's like the Fortnite thing. Fortnite got content in the books.
Yeah, but Fortnite had a Spider-Gwen last year when the movie was supposed to come out. And
stuff like that though feels contractual. Like,
I mean, it's all contractual, but
contractual in the sense like where it's a Spider-Gwen, not a Into the Spider-Verse Spider-Gwen, right?
The one in Fortnite is an Into the Spider-Verse one.
Okay.
Yeah, it actually is. Yeah.
Well, then I have no clue what I'm talking about then.
But I'm just saying, I think I'm always impressed by Snap's ability to pivot, like, because like my wife plays Disney Zooms, and Zooms like tries to do different events to celebrate, movie releases and stuff like that. But apparently in Japan, they have a different schedule than America, because in Japan they were legally allowed to do a Spider-Verse season, but to celebrate the Sony movie. But in America, they didn't have the rights to it. So I'm just saying, like, Marvel Snap did a Spider-Verse season on time. I think it started the week before the movie came out. So I love Marvel Snap. I'm glad that you're playing it. I've been playing the crap out of it this week because, like you said, the new season started. I just hit my goal of 90 about an hour ago, so I'm good. I'm good now.
What else have you been nerding out on this week?
DC Dual Force.
You can't just talk about Marvel Snap and then talk about DC Dual Force.
I will not lie. I have played both simultaneously.
Okay, that's only on the PC, right?
It's on the PC
for right now, right?
For right now, it's the beta is only on PC. I have played both because Dual Force games are slower. They're more like chess. Like Snap is like speed chess, and Dual Force is like regular chess. And so I can play like a full game of Snap while I'm playing Dual Force.
I love how this card game renaissance is now your Queen's Gambit moment, where you're just you have them both up at the same time. Did you ever get into Hearthstone?
I played it for a little bit.
Okay.
I didn't. The problem is, like, while I love card games, I have to love the IP behind it to keep me going. So like I've tried.
That's why I burned out. That's a good card. Yeah, that's a good card game, but I don't give a shit about half the stuff in there.
That's why I never really got into Magic, or I never got into Pokemon, I mean, I was into Pokemon for like a good month and a half, but that's it. I never got into Yu-Gi-Oh. Like I like playing card games because I just have that brain, that chess brain that likes to play like strategy and stuff. But I will always favor card games that include Marvel and DC characters. It's just my thing. Hey man, we have a podcast that's just for talking about Marvel stuff. So obviously it's
You
my
brought
preferred.
up DC, so
Yeah, because it's mostly Marvel stuff, but we talk
okay.
about DC all the time. In fact, we're here tonight to talk about Harley Quinn
Yeah,
season
that's
4,
true.
episode
That
5.
is
So,
true.
I got love for both. Like my feeling is, always enjoy the competitor because if they succeed, you succeed. Like everybody wins. The rising tide raises all ships. So I support every success DC ever has, and I like DC Dual Force. It's pretty fun.
Fair enough. Fair
Yeah.
enough. Anything else you want to talk about? Or should we just hop into the news?
Dude, like that's consumed me. Like
Really?
I've played both of those games too much this week because well, the problem with Dual Force is the games are long and but their beta right now is the first 4 games you win, you get like boosted currency. Like you get enough if you win 4 games a day, you get enough to buy a pack. But it sometimes takes me like 2 hours to win 4 games because they're long, man. They're long games.
How much of the pack if you buy it? Like with money?
I don't know. Sorry. I don't know.
What?
All I know is it's 4 games you win and you get a pack. So, and you get a pack for logging in. So you can get 2 packs every day. Basically.
I played Marvel Snap at the Taylor Swift concert I went to this week.
Oh, that's right. You went there
And
you
that
found
felt like an
somebody.
accomplishment.
Did
No,
you
I
find
just
somebody to play with, or you just played by
no,
yourself?
I just played by myself.
I mean, next level accomplishment is finding somebody to play with.
Oh man, the beauty of that concert, no lines at the bathroom at a Taylor Swift show.
At the men's bathroom.
At the men's bathroom. So I'll take that as a win. I'll take that show as a win.
Did you feel judged while you were there?
I felt judged when she sang some songs.
Nice.
It's a vibe in there. Some
It's
anti dude sentiment in some of those lyrics.
Yeah.
In the best of ways.
Cool. All right. Well, that sounds pretty nerdy. I mean, if you're nerding out on Taylor Swift, that's
I mean, I saw cosplay. People were trading bracelets.
Exactly.
It's all the same shit, just different labels.
Exactly.
Wait in the line.
Exactly.
Well, I won't make you guys wait any longer as we get into the news. Beforehand, Dennis is like, is there news this week? Of course there's news this week. There's news every week. First up, Marvel Studios' VFX artists are attempting to unionize. This comes after years of reports of crunch, low pay, stressful work environment. But essentially 50 VFX workers at Marvel basically started the process to unionize and to get an election going in their unionization efforts.
Wow.
But it's about damn time, right?
Yeah. You know what Marvel's answer to this is?
Outsourcing.
Street level heroes that don't require special effects.
Now
that's why they're saving Iron Fist and all them. They're just waiting. They're waiting till it's time to come back.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I'm fine with that.
You Jessica Jones entirely with practical effects. You know what I mean? Like you don't need CG people for Jessica Jones, for Luke Cage. Like any of those. Like, and there's so many. The Punisher needs no CG.
Yeah. No, the Punisher needs PR.
Well, I mean, good reason to get a new show. But now that said, that was me just playing devil's advocate. Like I fully support their right to unionize and hope for fairer treatment and stuff. I'm just saying be prepared for the possibility that Marvel just leans in on
Marvel's Defenders season
the
2.
defense. Exactly. They could just lean in. There's so many street level characters that haven't been shown.
Who's your pick? Give me one street level person without a show that we haven't seen.
Without a show, I mean, like Misty Knight and Colleen Wing got to like ride on the
Well, I
coattails
guess
of all the other
let me
shows.
phrase someone we have not seen yet. That's street level.
No, I know. You're saying someone we haven't seen. You know, yeah, I'm trying to think of. Deathlock's not street level.
No, it's not street level.
That's a tough one on the spot. Give me a minute to think because I'm going to come back to you on that one. I do have a laundry list that I can't think of at the moment. Like I was thinking of Prowler, but I'm like, I mean, kind of got Prowler. Kind of. We got Moon Knight, but they decided to go very, very CG with that one. So
I'll let you sit on it for a minute. Sydney Sweeney, she's on the cover of next month's Variety magazine. But in her interview in that issue, she basically confirmed, she straight up confirmed, she is playing not Jessica Drew, Sabrina Carpenter, right?
Julia Carpenter.
Julia Carpenter. She is playing Julia Carpenter in the upcoming Madam Web movie. So it's kind of is she kind of up and now, but it is confirmed who she's playing.
Okay.
Does that do anything for you? No? Yay, nay?
It's a Sony produced movie, right?
Yes.
It's rough.
Well, she's also Spider-Woman, right? Is it just the second Spider-Woman that's who she is, or is there more to that
Julia
story?
Carpenter is the Spider-Woman that becomes the new Madam Web.
Okay.
Yeah.
Does she have the same powers as Spider-Woman?
No. They're two different Spider-Women. The first one has like pheromone powers and stuff. Like I don't.
It's like a Miss Marvel situation where they're different, same name, different people, or different characters, different powers.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. You know, honestly, I just I looked up a list of Marvel Street Level heroes, and I gotta say, there is one that hasn't been done, but like in this Google search where it brought up a list of like 30, I'm gonna be honest, we have seen 29 of them on screen. But
pretty good.
This list includes certain characters that you wouldn't necessarily consider street level. Do you want me to read it really quick? It's pretty funny.
Okay.
I'm gonna go fast. Okay, I'm gonna go fast. Spider-Man, Iron Man, Punisher, Iron Fist, Shang-Chi, Captain Marvel, She-Hulk, Kate Bishop, Ronin, Luke Cage, Moon Knight, Jessica Jones, Hawkeye. I don't know why Hawkeye and Ronin counted as two different ones. Elektra, Misty Knight, Darkhawk. Oh, sorry, Darkhawk has not been featured. Daredevil, Black Widow, Captain America, Wolverine, Black Panther, Deadpool, Silver Sable, and Venom. So 2 out of 30.
Okay. So I'm assuming Silver Sable's your pick?
It's not 30. Silver Sable and Darkhawk would be the two, I guess.
Darkhawk like in space?
Yeah, Darkhawk does. I don't know if I consider him. I mean, he is street level sometimes. They're all street level sometimes. That's the thing. That's why Iron Man and Captain America and Wolverine were on the list too, you know? So, yeah, I mean, Venom's a street level hero, but he's from space, you know? So,
also like a CG character, so.
Yeah. We're not counting Venom as one for the unionization. I will tell you this, go back to your answer though. I don't care about Sony's thing, but I do love Sydney Sweeney.
Okay.
I will say that.
You'll go watch the movie because of her?
I'll watch the movie because I'm compelled to watch it, even if I like. There's only one that I've ever not watched in theaters or period, and it's Venom: Let There Be Carnage, because I knew it had nothing to do with anything that mattered at all, and it just looked bad.
I think that's the one that matters the most.
No.
Direct ties.
No.
Okay. No. Lastly, on our Spider-Man train, Spider-Man Reign is getting a sequel story. What is it? 10 years down the line.
I think
And
it's been 10 years.
for those of you who aren't aware, yes, the header on the title, it is the story around Mary Jane dying because of Spider-Man's semen. That's kind of the
Radioactive semen.
radioactive semen is
Now, in
the
fairness,
takeaway from this comic.
that's
That's not
not
the point.
that's not the point of the comic, and I honestly forgot that was the point.
That's why
So
people remember it.
so this is an article written exactly to get you to click on it,
Yeah.
because I remember that comic being about way more than that. But Mary Jane's dead. That's the one of the main points of the story is it's Peter by himself in his old age, having to face a lot of his older villains one last time, and it's a cool-ish story. But yeah, I guess incidentally, the excuse for why Mary Jane died was because radioactive exposure. You know what I mean? Like, I always took it to be just being around him all the time was what killed her. But maybe there was a line in the comic that I don't remember that was specifically about him busting loads and killing her. Who knows?
How your body became slowly riddled with cancer? I did. I
Yeah.
am filled with radioactive blood, and not just blood, every fluid.
Yeah, well,
Ah,
that's
well.
that's a dude writing a dumb line. But in fairness, there was a Straczynski story where Spider-Man had to fight somebody with radioactivity, and he went and tested something, and he went into a nuclear reactor and loaded up on radiation to see if it would have any impact on him, and he came out fine.
Mm-hmm.
So by fine, I mean Peter Parker was not injured, but you better believe that guy probably went home to Mary Jane later that night. And so, I mean, you know what I mean? Like, she's like, there's no doubt she's been exposed to radiation, whether or not it's from fluids. She's the poor girl.
That man's
Like,
glowing.
that man is glowing. Yes.
Well,
So thumbs down to whoever wrote that article being gross.
On that note, that's all the news I got. But I want to throw this question out for you because I was thinking about it,
Okay.
and I kind of don't know. So it's a take on F, Marry, Kill, but I want you to. It's 3 movies, the 3 MCU movies that are coming out next year. What are you watching opening night? What are you greenlighting a sequel already? And what are you not watching? Or what are you canceling?
What do we got next year? What I'm lost
in terms of movies. We, as of right now, it's the strike can change everything.
Mm-hmm.
But as of right now, we got Deadpool 3 in May, Captain America 2 or 4 in July, and Thunderbolts in December.
I think F, Deadpool 4 or 3,
Okay,
and Deadpool 3. Deadpool 3.
That's you're getting a sequel.
Mary, Captain America. Wait, I thought Mary is getting a sequel. Wait.
Okay, so Mary gets a okay. Well, just say what you want. Don't translate.
Well,
it.
You're the one that made it all weird. Okay.
Gets
sorry.
sequel,
Remind me.
Watching opening night.
Yes.
And you're canceling.
Yeah. No, watching opening night is Deadpool for sure.
Okay.
I want Captain America to have a sequel just because I think that Sam Wilson should get as many Captain America movies as Steve Rogers did. Mm-hmm. I think that's a good thing for us to have more characters that represent diversity in superhero land. And I don't even really honestly care if the first outing in the movie is not perfect, because like we already got them as a show and they were really charming, right? Like I think mm-hmm. I like Anthony Mackie. He's great. Like so I want more of that. But obviously I want a billion Deadpool sequels, but I'm not going to be greedy. Like I'm happy with every Ryan Reynolds Deadpool we get, because I know we won't always get them. Like one day he'll stop. That
Mhm.
train will come to an end at some point. And then yeah, I honestly, everything they've shown me about Thunderbolts like is not what I want from Thunderbolts. Like I want the Thunderbolts that has like Venom and like Hobgoblin and like crazy like costume villains that like are going out there and murdering civilians. I don't want the ones with like the
You
Winter
don't want like
Soldier and Yelena
the
Belova.
good-ish people.
I want the bad ones, and then there's a handful of good ones there that are like, what is this team? You know what I mean? Like that's how it's supposed to be. It's kind of like the way James Gunn did Suicide Squad, where some of them are just like terrifying. Um, so I don't know. I feel like it's just a bunch of like regular people, and maybe the Red Hulk is in that movie too.
You got Sentry in that movie.
Is Sentry in that movie?
Yeah, it's Steven Yeun.
Okay, all right. I don't remember that announcement. I don't
It's
remember.
all but it. Well, let me rephrase. Steven Yeun is in that movie. Sentry will be in that movie.
Oh,
Is he playing Sentry? Who knows? But
that would be weird if Steven Yeun was playing a guy named Bob Reynolds. I'll just put that out there.
would that be the weirdest thing in the MCU?
No, but it would
Okay.
be weird. Yeah. Well, yeah. I'm sure. I mean, when we say F Mary Kill, like, I'm still gonna watch all three of them. I'm still gonna like talk about all three of them on a podcast. You know what I mean? I just have the lowest expectations for the Thunderbolts movie. That's all.
If anything, that will probably be the one that gets canceled or pushed back. That is has not even started filming yet, whereas the other two are completed, and then Deadpool 3 is soon to be completed. So there you
Yeah.
go.
What about you? What would you rank them?
I honestly, it's gonna be the same. I'm ready. I like the Deadpool movies. I think the Deadpool movies are in the upper third of superhero movies, but I don't love them. I don't love Ryan Reynolds as much as other people do.
Really? I
Um,
love I love those movies, and I
I
never I never read a Deadpool comic before I watched those movies.
I I think the Deadpool humor is too much of just Ryan Reynolds humor in terms of delivery and cadence, and I don't know if I like that or I love that.
But you know that like they've like wanted him to play, like there's
Yeah,
writers
yeah, I
there's
know, I
writers
know.
there's writers that have made it so that Deadpool's cadence is Ryan Reynolds' cadence.
Are you just gonna make me say I don't like Ryan Reynolds on the podcast?
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Okay,
Because
yeah, I
I'm
don't
like
like.
saying it's almost the same situation as Sam Jackson as Nick Fury. Marvel kind of willed that into existence. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, but one of them can act.
whoa, whoa, whoa! Shots fired. You're saying you don't think Ryan Reynolds can act?
As well as Samuel L. Jackson. No, I don't.
I think they're just coming from two different places. I think you know, Ryan Reynolds is like the most foul-mouthed, polite Canadian you've ever seen uh, on screen, and I think Sam Jackson is just doing a whole different, more. I don't even say more gravitas to his performances. I would just say he's just choosing different roles. Like Snakes on a Plane, man. He made Snakes on a Plane, and he was
Yeah,
really
he
good in
did.
Snakes on a Plane. You know what I mean?
I'll watch Deadpool. No, I think I'm good with Deadpool after Deadpool 3. And Thunderbolts, yeah, we're canceling Cap. Give me Cap 5, give me Cap 6. I honestly would I know they won't do it, but I would love another season of Captain America as opposed to a movie. I don't know what you do with
Mm,
it.
I mean, sometimes, like, yeah, I mean, I did like that season more than a lot of them, but I feel like sometimes, like, the story, once you've done the origin story, like, let's get to the action from now on. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
and let's get to we can have the poignant, social commentary and action at the same time without having to take 8 hours to tell the story or something like that. So I don't know. I like the idea of them like saving the seasons for shows that are in more need of it, like Daredevil and She-Hulk. Those need to be shows for a while. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, because Daredevil's got like so much story that needs to catch up to where all the other Marvel characters are. Like, it's a lot. It's a lot. It's all just Kingpin though. It's like 99% of the time just Kingpin. No, but it's cool. And the other thing in toy news, by the way, the Disney Plus wave finally went up for pre-order this week of Marvel Legends. So
Are you excited for your Bill Foster Goliath?
I am not, but I might be by the time that movie comes out. I don't know. I think the Agatha is the nicest figure in that entire wave. It's a really good figure. It makes me like Agatha way more than
Really?
Like that toy is cool. I saw it in real life. It's
Not the
really
Kingpin,
cool.
Agatha.
The Agatha is a very beautiful toy. You just reminded me though, like They Cloned Tyrone was another movie I watched earlier this week, and that movie has Teyona Paris. That's her name, right? AKA Photon or Spectrum, whatever you want to call her in the Captain Marvel universe. Halfway through that movie, I went in my room, grabbed my figure of her from the Marvels, and I went back out there and was staring at how awesome her head is. That toy, like sometimes they just hit it right, and I think that Agatha and that toy of Spectrum, I think Photon, I can't remember what those are both names the character has had at times in the comics. I just don't remember what the toy is called. But yes,
not the Miss Marvel.
The Miss Marvel is a very, very ugly toy, and I don't know how else to say that. It is poor girl.
She gets to write the comic book, so
it feels like she did selfie series for her own Marvel Legend toy.
We're talking about the Iman Vellani Marvel's Legends figure.
It is bad. The new one, they've actually I compared it to the one from her show from last year. That is a way better face, and it's way smaller head too. Like her head is like a bobblehead on the new toy. But in any case, that's me. I just wanted to throw in some toy news. I know I think the wave that went up for pre-order this week is probably at the last wave that will arrive in 2023. So I just wanted to put that out there. There will be probably more pre-orders every month for the next 5-6 months of the year, but all of the figures that we'll be ordering from here on out will be stuff that'll be arriving, December or January of next year, something like that.
Cool. But you know what? You won't have to wait that long for the conclusion of Harley Quinn. And we got episode 5 on deck. I lost it there for a minute.
You lost it there for a minute. You lost it. Yes, the conclusion will be many weeks from now, but we are at the halfway point.
Is it many weeks? Okay, so
we're at the halfway point.
10? There's 10?
Yeah.
Okay.
I thought you knew that.
Are there 10?
Yeah. They're always 10. All the seasons have been 10. I'm fairly certain of this. Every season has been 10 episodes. There'll be 10. Harley Quinn. Do you know what this episode is called?
I never looked at the titles. That's what you're for.
This title was called Getting Ice Dick, Don't Wait Up.
I did. Okay, yes, I did. Yes, it made sense halfway through. But yes. That's so funny,
good.
Man.
It's so good.
This episode, we see what happens in this one? Ivy's off on her what does she call it? Eco
Uh, socially conscious
socially
evil.
conscious evil,
Yeah.
which is kind of hilarious, and it's super funny where she's trying to harm the planet in a ecological way, or
She's
not
trying
harm
to
the
harm.
planet,
She's trying to harm society.
harm society by growing more plants and shit,
Yeah.
and making the world a better place and a worse place for humans. But she
Exactly.
goes on a pseudo power trip with her new fame and fortune.
I feel like she's just
All
doing the same beats as last season,
a little bit.
right? She gets in her head. She lets her ego take over, and I feel like I'm on the same ride as I was last season with Ivy, and that's kind of starting to bore me a little bit because it's like, I don't know. I don't like watching Ivy be super rude to people who are
She's
nice to her.
surrounded by newer people, newer faces that kind of gaslight her more in that direction, right?
Yeah, but she has like I got excited because she had like these three mentor or mentees that she was gonna like teach how to like, and she was like trying to bring up the female character villains in the Legion of Doom, and I was like, okay, this is really cool. She's gonna be a mentor, and like, oh, she's gonna be a dick. Okay, fine. And I got all
It would
excited
be
for
funny
some.
if she wasn't being a dick.
It can still be funny if all the women like overthrow all the guys in the Legion of Doom and make them their bitches. Like, it can still be funny.
I
There's
think that
lots of
can still
ways.
happen though.
I know it can, but I'm just saying, like, I feel like we're retreading. We're not treading on new ground right here with regards to what Poison Ivy's story is doing. Like, so
Well, meanwhile, we had Harley basically get, is it not LASIK, but LASIK adjacent to help boost her night vision
I think she
surgery.
straight up got laser shot in her eyes by Supergirl. And so I think that technically counts as LASIK. um, yeah, she wanted to be more like the Bat family who operates in the shadows, and she went and got her eyes lasered, and couldn't drive home, and because of that, she had to like call everybody in her contacts list, and she ended up pairing up with Alicia, Barbara's like roommate that
Roommate.
we've never met.
Mhm.
Yeah, who was actually telling Harley how much she worshipped her as a villain and was really inspired from her by her, and all these really things that she was celebrating, and she's saying it's kind of a bummer that Harley's like now with the Bat family. And there was this weird meta joke going on where Harley is trying not to blow up Babs's like secret identity, so they
Yeah.
keep referring to the swim team that they're in. Like, it was really weird and funny. But yeah, so they're once they pair up, once they meet, they realize that Barbara's gone missing, right? She's been missing for a while now, and or a couple days or so. And so they're trying to go out and find her, and they think they get clues that lead them to a retreat that's featuring all of the cold villains, um, all in their underwear, throwing snowballs at each other in a log cabin, like out in the woods. Um, Super funny.
Just having a good time, just throwing it
Yeah,
up.
and you find out when they finally do find Barbara that Barbara's upset because she had to come out here to try and find her mom, who got who left Commissioner
Got stranded by her dad.
she got left, yeah, in a very horny state, and she decided that it was time to go out and get some ice dick. So that's where she was trying to go. I didn't actually see her in the episode at that point.
No, she never. All you do is see the ice stick note, and that's it.
Yeah. So, but I to their credit though, like, this show is so good at coming up with ridiculous scenarios that just I wouldn't ever think were going to happen. That said, I'm not laughing as hard as I used to. Like, I'm I know they're trying to tell a story, but let's be honest. Do you really believe that Nightwing is dead?
I hope he is. I want them to
I
take that big swing. They've
I hope
killed.
he is. I hope he
They've
is.
taken some big players off the field, but I feel like Nightwing would take that up an even higher notch.
I don't think they
Right?
killed Nightwing. I don't think they did.
I hope they did.
I really do hope they did. I think that would be hilarious if they did. Um, yeah, I don't. I love Harvey Gann. I don't think he's doing anything special with this character, so I'm kind of okay with him dying. But I did think it was funny that he was like telling Harley earlier in the episode that she's not part of the family. It's just him and Robin and Batgirl. And I was like, whoa, do you really identify with Robin as your family? That kid's a psychopath, man. Like he's like, we're not talking about Tim Drake Robin. We're talking about Damian Wayans. We're talking about Damian Wayne Robin. Like I know, right? Uh, I don't know. But anyways, that was just my little nerd issue that came out of that one. I did think it was funny that we got to
Wait,
check in with
is
Bane
that
really quick.
why he's named? Because wasn't Damian Wayans going to play Robin in Batman Returns, or Marlon
No,
Wayans?
Marlon Wayans was going to play Robin
Okay.
in a Batman movie. He's named Damien because like he's basically the kid from Omen. You never seen the Omen movies?
666. I remember because it came out the day before my birthday. It
Yeah,
really scared me.
it's basically the Antichrist is this little kid named
Oh, okay.
Damien. So that's why it's funny to name him Damian Wayans because he is the most evil kid ever. That like, I mean, obviously Batman reforms him, but like that's an ongoing process. You know what I mean? Like that's not a like if you want to
Soon to
make
be
it
a feature film.
really.
Yeah, that's they said Damian's in the new Batman movie.
Oh yeah. He's in the
Yep.
Batman movie, but sorry, you're right. I'm fine with that as a movie. I think that would be a cool story. But I just feel like it was really funny to me when I heard Nightwing say, like, I know he's just being hurtful to Harley, but it's like Damien's crazy, and that kid is. He was happy to see dead bodies. You know what I mean? Like earlier this season, he's like, he's a little twisted, man. He's a little gross. So, but yeah, I think, and then the other side story, what the C plot of the movie of the show was, Gordon is once again employed. He is now the guard at the Legion of Doom, who is just trying to fit in with anybody he can. But he's just being Gordon. He's just awkward as ever. Getting his dick burned off by Volcana, or at least
It's
the dick
fun.
part
He's
of
the
his
new
pants.
security guard at the Legion of Doom.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Oh, I didn't catch
Oh,
that.
I was confused. I was like, why are you saying that again?
No, I
Yes.
was like, what?
Yes, he's the new security guard. And it's just really it's silly because he sleeps there, right? Because he doesn't live at home anymore because he pissed off his
No, he's
wife.
homeless. Yeah,
And
he's
so he's now living on a blanket but behind his desk at the Legion of Doom. And this is all the silly things that they do on Harley Quinn, like they also have uh I'm trying to figure out who Alicia is. I haven't
I feel like
looked.
she's somebody.
She probably is somebody, and I'm probably a bad nerd for not realizing who she is.
I also thought it was funny when Harley Quinn equates the Bat Family to a former team like Damian's Doctor Psycho,
Oh,
Nightwing's Clayface, and how
that
you're
part
saying that the
that
show
part
is not the
cracked
same
me
without
up.
those characters.
Yeah, it cracked me up that she. I think in her mind she's trying to figure that out. You know what I mean? Like, or trying to make that work. But yeah, it wasn't the greatest parallel ever. But I'm trying to remember Poison Ivy. Oh yeah, she went on the Tawny show because she's getting like a statue made for her, right? Like that's her whole thing. She's
Mhm.
like, and she went on this Tawny show, and like, uh, the host made her pop vines into the audience, and there's just lots of little silly like Harley stuff going on in the show, or it's the stuff we've come to expect from Harley Quinn. I wanted to like this episode more, but like I said, I'm feeling that same vibe as last season again. And so I really hope that it takes me in a different direction. So that's why I'm trying not to pin so much of my hope and expectations on Nightwing being dead, but I think that would take the story in a direction that I wouldn't see coming. You know, what was your
Totally.
favorite? What was your favorite moment from that episode?
From this one, oof. I mean, the ice stick was pretty great. Like that was probably the most favorite part of it. That joke and the lead up to that joke. But
what about the does lube freeze? Only if it's water based.
not to retread on stuff we've talked about, but I do enjoy Lex's new appearance. His like super hella Botox face with his like hair on top and shit.
I forgot about Lexi. I love how he's got like the 5 hairs on his head, like the plugs. That was so good. That was really funny. I just love that Giancarlo is down to clown on this show, man. He's just it's a character that I feel, or it's a performance that I feel is beneath him, but then I'm proved wrong by him showing
I
up.
want him to be Lex in the new DCU. Like, do you like what's your ideal live action Lex?
He's
Younger,
pretty good. I don't need
older,
him to be. I think
do
that's
you
my
need him in the
weird thing
power
is
suit?
I don't need him to be younger than like I don't need him to be the same age, but I know that they want him to be the same age as Superman, you know? And so that's fine. But I wouldn't be opposed. Like I liked when it was Gene Hackman back in the 80s, you know what I mean? Like that was amusing to me. So I wouldn't mind a Giancarlo. It'd be fine. It'd be fine. Yeah. I can't think of anybody else now at the moment. Now that you said this, but yeah, Giancarlo would make a really good one. What about you?
I feel like you get the same. Whoever doesn't get picked as Doom gets picked as Lex, right? Like same pretty boy circles in Hollywood.
I guess I don't know that I need
The
Lex
trick
to be
is he needs
super
to be
pretty.
bald. He needs to be bald.
Hackman wore, I think, a bald cap, or no, maybe he didn't. Actually, I think Hackman
They
shaved
gotta
his
look
head.
good bald, right?
I think Hackman shaved his head for it. Yeah. Yeah, I think that this show is definitely making me want to see more of these characters put on the big screen. But I do know that no matter how they end up on the big screen, like that's why I'll like, as much as I'm kind of complaining about this episode, I'll never knock this episode entirely because I know we'll never get live stream versions of the characters the way we get them in this show, you know? Like just Frank the Plant. Like what is that? Like that would never, we're never going to get that outside of a cartoon, you know? And so so even when I'm a little bummed about like the episode not hitting the biggest laughs that I want it to hit, I'm still very happy to watch this show. I watched it twice today, you know. It came out today. I watched it twice today. Yeah, it's I could definitely find worse things on TV to watch than just chilling out with Harley Quinn every week. So, yeah.
Fair enough. What do you so we got next week? What do you think's gonna happen? Do you think they're gonna go with the Nightwing stuff off the bat? We never got the conclusion to the sleepwalking.
Well, yeah, we got confirmation of what it was. It was she was sleepwalking, right? So like they're trying to give us some story here about Harley Quinn that's has to do with her sleepwalking, possibly because she's repressing something that's really important to her. And Alicia suspects that's, you know, that she's repressing her evil side. And so maybe that's what's happening here is Harley's going to realize that the Bat family is not really for her. And she's going to go back to being a villain with Poison Ivy. I think that's the story. I don't know if that's satisfying. I can't I can't tell what's a satisfying ending for Harley at this point. I think as
Her
long as
to
they
be
just,
good or her to be bad?
I don't know. I'm not sure. Like, what do you think?
I would want her to go back to being bad,
You think so?
but more like I don't think they're like there's a difference between bad and evil, right?
Yeah.
Or
What
are we
is
splitting hairs there?
what is it that Harley says when she's beating up the cold guys? Cold is not a personality trait. But she really does let loose on those guys, and like I think it's fun watching her beat the shit out of other villains. But she was doing that when she was a villain, anyways, right? So like she was killing more villains as a villain than she was killing heroes. So I think she's just the villain's villain, right? I think that's what she
Keeps everyone
really.
in check.
Yeah, she keeps the villains and the heroes in check, and I think that's kind of like why she's so fun. So maybe that's what she's going to realize, right? Is that it's more fun when she's fighting the Bat family, but maybe they'll never like, maybe they'll give her a pass every now and then because, of her time served with them. Who knows? Um,
Either that
but
or she joins the Justice League. Through some means, you either take her all the way to the top, or
I mean,
you cut her out.
that would be pretty funny if Harley
Because
joined.
there's no way the show's coming back. So might as well kill everyone you got right now and
But
throw her up there.
but I think the end goal has to be her and Ivy still together, right?
Yeah. Oh,
I've
yeah.
heard the writers say they will never ever ever break them up.
That's a given.
That's
I think
that's
they'll
the
be
writers.
together.
So can Harley be in the Justice League while Ivy's in the Legion of
I
Doom?
think that would actually be hilarious.
Okay.
Because again, you're like separating their work from their relationship. They're both at the top of their respective fields.
Okay. All right. Well,
That's
then
the
maybe
ultimate love story.
that's the direction we're going in. But I'm not sure how she resolves the sleepwalking. But
Ambien.
you know what? I will say this though. If it requires one last therapy visit from Dr. Psycho to work out her inner conflicts, I will gladly take that. I'll take that every day. Like,
yeah,
just give me
any
Dr. Psycho.
chance to get a problematic character, you bring him back.
Yes, that's all I want. Like, especially with the amount of women that are in this season. Oh, the sexual harassment would be like endless. It would be so good. It's so good.
Don't clip that, please. As we
Hey,
with that,
sexual harassment is funny in the context of the DC universe. Okay,
she's doubling down.
I'm doubling down. It's funny in the fictional world of the DC characters.
Triple.
I tripled down on it.
While you triple down, I'll put my foot down and end this show with grace and dignity.
That was not graceful at all. At all.
Next week we got episode 6. Also, we're talking about it's Blue Beetle week next week. What are we gonna do?
Well, Blue Beetle's gonna come out next week. When we would be pre-recording, so we're not gonna talk about that next week because people won't have time to have seen it. So we will do Blue Beetle the following week
on the 25th. But please watch it twice before that time.
Yeah, so that you can come and comment in our on our video and let us know what you thought of that movie. Or for this video, you could let us know what you thought of this episode of Harley Quinn. But yeah, we would like that every time for comments, likes, subscribes.
Yeah, talk to us. Let us know you're here. And if you always want more Denix Media, or patreon.com/Denix Media is if you want to kick a few bucks and get some more cool stuff, you can always do that. But if not, we still love you. We still put out the show every week. We'll be here for you.
And I promise to ship a giant box of chocolate to Ricky so that we both have more energy next week.
I'm fine. I feel good. We're gonna do another one. We're pre-recording next week's show right now.
Oh man, we can't. We can't even watch the freaking Harley Quinn.
I know people.
Okay. All right. I think we got to sign off here.
Well, thanks again, true believers, for watching the show. Enough said.